Hello everyone, I'm Oliver Kovács, a composer from Hungary. Have you ever sat down to write music and couldn't come up with any good ideas? I have good news, there's a solution. You just need to define what you want to achieve and understand how music is structured. Knowing how a music piece is built can help you break through creative roadblocks. Start by asking yourself, what do I want to create? What mood or message do I want to convey? Composers use different techniques for various purposes. A dynamic and dramatic piece will require different tools than a sad, bittersweet melody. The tempo, time signature, and scale might vary significantly depending on your goal. Music can be broken down into several fundamental building blocks: melody, harmonies, tempo, time signature, key signature, orchestration, and dynamics. When crafting a melody, understanding scales and modes is crucial. Each scale and mode has its unique character, shaped by the intervals between its notes. Scales with more minor seconds near to the tonic sound darker, scales with more major seconds near to the tonic sound brighter. Here are a few suggestions, not rules, for choosing scales. Use the major scale or Lydian mode for a bright, optimistic tone. Use minor scales for a sadder or darker mood. Use the Phrygian or Locrian mode for an intense, dark atmosphere. Use the Dorian mode or Arabic scale for a mystical, ancient vibe. Use the Mixolydian mode for a jazzy, rocky style. One important rule is there are no inherently happy or sad chords. The mood of a piece depends on the context, how chords interact and resolve within a progression. Music often relies on the diatonic chord system, where certain chords create tension and others resolve it. This is why we talk about chord progressions, not isolated chords. However, you can step outside the diatonic system using borrowed chords like chromatic medians or secondary dominants to add complexity and variation. Here are some examples of chord progressions for different moods. The scale degrees you choose also affect the mood. For instance, including more minor chords in a major scale can make the progression feel sadder, while using more major chords in a minor scale can create a dynamic, adventurous feel. It's no surprise that tempo greatly influences a piece's mood. For example, a minor scale melody played at a fast tempo feels dynamic and energetic. The same melody at a slow tempo can feel melancholic and introspective. The most common time signature is 4/4 time, but 3/4 is also frequently used. 4/4 feels balanced and steady, 3/4 has a waltz-like quality, often softer and more emotional. Odd meters, like 5/4 time, add unpredictability. To handle them, we usually divide the beats into subgroups 1 2 1 2 3 or 1 2 3 1 2. A bright melody in 5/4 time can feel playful and quirky, while a darker scale in the same time signature can feel unsettling. This is because odd meters naturally sound unusual to us. The key signature affects your composition, but not in the way you might think. It's more about the distribution of high and low frequencies in your music. For instance, an unsettling piece with a dark chord progression won't sound as depressing if it's filled with high pitched notes. Choosing the right instruments for your melody is crucial. Woodwinds such as the flute and oboe often sound delicate and fragile. However, in a horror score, a piccolo run can create an eerie atmosphere. Strings are highly versatile instruments capable of producing a wide range of articulations such as legato, staccato, spiccato, and tremolo. Depending on how they are played, strings can be gentle and tender or dynamic and powerful, making them perfect for both intimate moments and intense climaxes. Brass instruments like French horns and tenor trombones are bold and majestic. They are ideal for creating a sense of power and grandeur. When played in lower registers, brass can also sound sinister and foreboding. For an emotional and soft melody, you might choose a flute or oboe. On the other hand, if you are aiming for an epic and powerful sound, French horns or tenor trombones would be a great choice. Let's listen to an example of how different dynamics influence the mood. If you found this video lesson interesting and helpful, you can support me by hitting the like button, leaving a comment, subscribing, or even buying me a coffee. Thanks for watching.